This is the latest addition to the Family Office Ohana Mastermind, the Connections Matrix. Now, one of the goals that I wanted to have, or at least some people who have gotten a lot from the group, saying that reaching out to every single member and just having a quick 15, 30-minute call, just getting to know each other, getting to know each other's story, what have they done in the past, what are they working on, are there any synergies, and to start that connection now so you can kind of have that relationship in the future. Maybe you travel around somewhere, maybe you do a deal, maybe you follow them into a deal 5, 10, 20 years from now. It all started with a call, text, or email. And this matrix is a way for us to help you out and try and fill the map. The goal as a group is to fill this whole thing up with connections. So we've got everybody listed here on the left side, and you guessed it, you're also listed on the top too. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to go down. So here's myself. I went real quickly who I've had a conversation thus far in this year. And my bare minimum goal is to connect with every single one of you guys every year, which sounds great. In execution, how do you do this? This is what this matrix is going to help you do. For example, I haven't talked to Chad here. I haven't talked to Jason. So first thing I need you guys to do is fill in the chart fill in a bunch of ones if you've connected with them this year. If not, leave it blank and proactively reach out to them, or we will try to make connections for you. We really want to try and have you guys do this on your own, but we get it. It's intimidating. I think most of us in our group are introverts, and I get it. I'm an introvert too. We got to get over it because nothing really cool happens when you do it all your own. From 2009 to 2015, I bought single family homes all by myself, and I only got up to 11 rentals. It wasn't until I started to connect with other high level people when things really started to take off. So part 2 that I need from you guys is if you scroll over to the right, there's some preliminary information which will really help the calls going forward as people reach out to you, or you reach out to other people. City, state, what job occupation you are. I would probably put engineer. We're trying to find commonalities. It's hard meeting people these days. After you hit the age of 30, you don't really meet too many people. This ain't college anymore. So whatever you can put in here to help bridge that gap. Now this column is the rose and the thorn. The rose is, here's what I've done, right? Yeah, I'm proud of this. I could help you do this too. And the thorn is a great way to show vulnerability. You never like to talk to that guy that always, oh, I'm good at everything. I don't need any help. If that's the case, this group isn't for you. There's always something you could be working on, whether it is financial, family, just personal. Maybe you want to lose 5 to 10 pounds. Maybe you like a certain interest. Maybe you like cars. Put it in here. Or if it's simply as a lot of people are just working on their infinite banking policy. A lot of people are taking money out of their current rentals or homes. Put it in here, because this will help identify and just bridge the gap when you have that call. What are you working on? So the other person can be like, hey, Lane, I see you're working on declaring the baby room and doing this. Maybe I can help out with that. Or maybe I'm also doing that too. If you would like, you can put in your email, your phone number. Ideally, we'd like everybody to set up online booking links. I use a Calendly. There's a whole bunch of other tools out there, but come on, folks, it's 2020 something and beyond. We need to be using this stuff. We can't be going back and forth, wasting 5 to 10 minutes asking when you're free, looking at our calendar when we're free, communicating that over, seeing when they're free. Let's use technology to our advantage. And then maybe you can put in the best time for a call. Maybe it's in the evenings, very Pacific time, Easter time. When does it work for you to help bridge that gap? And then when did you last update this? We're going to be going through and making sure you guys update this at least every few months, or maybe at least a couple times a year. We'll use this in the future. And this is you got people who are successful keep score. So we have a points tracker to count up how many connections you've made. And we're going to, if you guys are some of the folks that are falling behind, we're going to check in on you and see what's the problem, because this is a big portion of our network. And of course, ad hoc, we're going to be trying to make connections. I'm going to be hiring some folks that may reach out to you guys and help see what you guys are working on and see what we can do to help make strategic connections. For example, if you're working on HELOCs, like I know Michael and a few other guys are also, they got the list of the HELOCs to use, whether it be PenFed or whatnot. Or might know somebody that just completed their IBC. So it's fresh in their brain, where some of us members, we've done it 2-3 years ago. And that may not be as fresh to us. And it may not be as valuable insight as a person who just barely went through it or going through it right now. So that's where we want to come in as a membership coordinator group and really make those strategic connections. But you guys have to be proactive on this on its own. And I think it goes without saying, do not release this spreadsheet to anybody. You guys have the ability to put your emails and texts as part of the membership agreement. You have agreed to use these contacts out to anybody else, and there's a limited number of years that you can to connect. I guess what we don't want happening is somebody to come in, like how people have come in the past, where we didn't have a great filtering process, where they come in, they grab a list, and then they solicit people for their deals, and they're just newbie operators who just took a new guru class, and now people still think that they're in the Foom, but they're not, because they kicked them out. But yeah, we please respect people's privacy with this stuff. We try and keep this group as close-knit as possible, and really a safe environment for you folks, where you guys don't have to worry about being solicited by folks. That said, if anybody is doing anything like that, as always, let me know. We'll dig in and see what the issue is. Again, the purpose of the community is you guys build connection with other high net worth family office folks like yourselves. And if you guys want to check out the best practices for connecting, we start to build a list here. One that I thought was really good that Calvin brought up is, at the end of every call, he always asked the person he was talking to, who should he connect with, right? Because that person probably has connected with several people. And I think it's good that it helps bridge the gap. Maybe that person can make an introduction for you, or at least you know going in, hey, I talked to Bob. Bob said you're really good at this. This is something I'm working on. It just helps build that bridge. And hey, life's hard enough. We don't need to make it harder. Let's try and make it as easy as possible. So if you guys have any best practices, put them in here. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. But yeah, let's fill up the board. And thanks for being part of the Family Office Ohana Mastermind.